Everyone. Welcome. Jangan lupa on cam. Hello, welcome, William. Mr. William, are you there?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you okay. Even though the
Perfect.
camera is quite blurry, but it's still visible.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you today?
Yeah, very good. Let me see.
Good.
Maybe it's just dirty. Is that better?
Maybe,
That
or
works.
maybe I think could be the light, but yeah, it's still visible.
Okay.
Okay. I believe you previously were invited, but now finally you can make time yet to come to the inspirational speaker today.
Yeah, I think last time I was on a flight.
Yep. I hear that. Not really a bit difficult to to join on a flight.
Yeah.
Yes, so while we're waiting for everyone else, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Grey. I'm the operation hypervisor in Bukit Vista, and I'll be the host in today All Hands. And today moderator will be Wendy. Wendy, if you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi, good morning everyone, and William. My name is Wendy Anton, and I will be the moderator for the rest of the session later.
All right. Thank you, Wendy. Where are you currently located right now, William? Bali?
Yeah, Bali, in the Canggu area.
Oh, okay, nice.
Hi, William. How's it going?
Good. Nice to see you, Jing.
Good to see you too, Will. Good to see you, Will.
Yeah, I heard you were quite a close friend with Mr. Jing, yeah, William.
We have fun, huh?
Yes, we do. We have our moments, Will.
All right. We're probably gonna start now because everyone have joined. So thank you everyone for coming to our usual all hands. And today we have an honored guest, which is Mr. William DiRicco, so the founder of BeFunded. And we prepare a bit of a presentation actually for the inspirational speaker. So okay, first of all, let's take a look at Mr. William inspiring journey. If there is anything that is a bit wrong that I put here, please do correct me, Mr. William. So I see that you juggle quite a lot of company based on your LinkedIn profile because it was like some few years ago and until now it's still active. So first of all, you are a co-founder and board member of the Pangea, and then you also a member of Top Tier Impact, and of course you're the founder of BeFunded, and also you co-found WanaVillage and Built Humanly. Perhaps you want to explain more a bit about the company you found or your journey right now, perhaps to all the people that doesn't know what is exactly what you do.
Yeah. So I founded Pangea with my co-founder Marcos about, I want to say it was about 6 years ago now. We did our first, it's primarily a cleanup and recycling company. We did our first cleanup here in Bali maybe 6 years ago, maybe 5.5. And then essentially since then, we've just been recycling more and more trash, getting better and better at recycling. About 3 years ago, we moved into eyewear. And so we started taking trash from Bali, Lombok, Java, recycling it here in Bali, and then turning it into high performance eyewear. Actually, I have some.
Oh, nice.
Here. So this is a new material we launched. This is made from recycled metal.
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys can see this. And then the frame, the black part of the frame is made from carbonite. It's where we combined the trash with carbon fiber as well as biochar made from coconut husk. And we essentially make a new biocomposite for the eyewear industry. So we were selling for like 2-3 years, we were selling this stuff direct to consumer around the world. We were making it here, sending it out, and there was a good margin on that. It wasn't very much to produce, and it was selling at over $100 per frame. People loved the story, but it was a really low quality frame. I actually have kind of an older model here. You guys can see. So here, maybe I
Yes.
think I have like a blur on my camera. So let me try turning that off. Maybe that can help you guys see better. Let's do.
Yep, that looks quite cool actually. It's really sustainable.
Yeah, is the blur still on? Does anyone know how to turn it off? Oh, remove. Oh, okay, cool. So here was our original frame.
Oh, I think I lost him there. Mr. William, are you still there? His internet might be dying. Similar to some of it's quite a common problem, yeah. Oh,
Oh, is that better now?
yep, that is better.
So yeah, you can see it's a pretty low quality hinge. Then we
Oh,
stopped manufacturing and we realized it was smarter to just partner with manufacturers and brands. So now you can see like how much higher quality this hinge is now.
yeah,
So we're just like, if you just compare the quality, like the quality has gone way up.
yep,
Because a lot of
yeah.
people have been manufacturing for like 50 years. So the idea that we're going to out manufacture them, to be honest, was kind of silly. So now we're really just a recycling company. So our real UVP is our ability to create high quality composites, plastic composites, and then we will sell this to any other brand who wants to be net zero, who wants to tell a sustainable story, who wants to remove trash from the rivers before it goes to the ocean.
Oh, nice.
So that's what we do now. We just we have like a few $1 million in contracts with some of the bigger brands in the world now. And so, yeah, it's now become like one of these really cool stories about like taking a problem and then finding a buyer who really values it, right? Like some of the other solutions for plastic waste is around like building, construction, or furniture. These are still really great use cases, but you know, the end buyer has to pay quite a bit for that material.
Yeah.
Versus in the eyewear industry, this is maybe 20 grams of plastic, yet it can retail for $100. So it can be shipped around the world. It can retail at a high price. And so because of that, it's like connecting the problem with a buyer that can actually afford to
Yeah.
fund the solution. So yeah, then I think I applied that to top tier impact is really more like a membership club. It's like an international membership club for entrepreneurs and investors in impact-based projects. But I would say I applied that same framework to then BeFunded, which is essentially a fundraising company that we raise funds for B Corps or impact companies. And I really just took the same methodology of how do you take the problem you care about, connect it with an ultimate buyer who can afford to pay the price, and then attract investors who essentially want to make a multiple off of that arbitrage, off of the difference between the what you're producing and then what you're selling. So I would say I applied a lot of the same principles, practices, as well as really just like fundraising expertise for other founders with cool projects.
Yeah.
And then that culminated later to the WanaVillage project, which I would say is really probably what all of my impact work has really been about, is actually like habitat preservation. Like how do we conserve, like and this is just like full my perspective, nobody has to agree, but like in the grand scheme of planetary like economic growth, let's call it, I think the carbon problem is mostly we've mostly lost that fight. Like we're going to keep burning more oil, we're going to keep drilling for more oil, the demand for energy is higher every year. So I do think that like when we zoom out like 100 years from now, 150 years from now, very little will have been done to really curb carbon emissions, just because it's such a difficult problem to solve. However, habitat loss untaxed virgin like nature is really like a one-way street. It's like a one-way door. As soon as you cut it, you can't really return these like, you know, million-year-old like co-evolved relationships between the plants and animals that create so much biodiversity. You know, you can come back and plant trees again, but like maybe we bring back 10 species of trees where there used to be 100, you know, and the same for the animals and the frogs and the turtles, and all of these things no longer can survive in an environment where there's only a few different types of plants supporting that life. So when I do a huge zoom out, I feel like what all my work has really been about is like, how can there, you know, I know not all the forests will remain, but how can we keep at least a little bit of forest so that the great grandchildren, the 100-year generation from now, the 1,000-year generation, the 10,000-year generation from now can at least see it. They can at least witness it. You know, maybe it's at a high price, maybe they have to travel quite far, but at least they can come, there's a place they can still come visit. So that project, I would say, is what I'm primarily focused on now. And then through that project, we audited probably like 100 to 200 job sites all around Bali, from I would say Chamagi all the way down to Uluwatu and over to Ubud. And this is kind of what created this Built Humanely project, which is really just, it's an NGO, it's a nonprofit to just kind of elevate the workers' rights here on construction sites in Bali. The thing is, like, I'm not really concerned as much about like local developments, because I think like there's a huge mindset shift that comes with like generational mindset shift. But I do think like when there's foreign investment coming from the US and from Europe or from Australia, we have a standard for construction work construction is one of probably the most dangerous jobs in the world. And so there's people on these job sites who don't have basic safety equipment, who are losing limbs. Some people are dying. And where is the backstop? Like, let's say I lose my arm on a job site, I don't have insurance. When we did surveying, it's like, 97% don't have, they don't have food security, they don't have beds. It's like everything is in the 95% of not having it. So we built this program to essentially for $14 a month, we can provide insurance, a bed, clean water, and basically unlimited rice for these job sites. So at least there's some food security, there's clean water. And what people are finding, you know, we've done a couple of case studies that actually the workers are more productive, the timelines are happening more quickly. And so the developer is not even losing any money. The cost of this is less than 1% of the construction cost, of the total cost of developing the project. And they're getting faster timelines on their delivery. So for them, there's a direct ROI in productivity. And then I feel there's also an indirect ROI in essentially their marketing content, being able to talk about the fact that they are at least providing the basic bare necessities. I think for, again, I'm not targeting local job sites, but like for Europeans, US, Australian, the disconnect between this like luxury development and then like the conditions on the ground is pretty embarrassing. So like $14 per worker per month, it's kind of a joke. So
yeah. Thank you so much, William, for your explanation. I see indeed some sort of a pattern on the company or type of work that you've done. You try to find a problem and then try to connect it to basically who can provide that type of fund. And that's basically sort of answer my first question that I would like to ask you, which is you're juggling quite a lot of co-founder roles and companies, and the single project that has your full attention right now, based on what you just explained, is actually WanaVillage. You said, or is there any?
No, I would say so. No, I would agree with that. I think it's like if something were to happen and I was needed in any company, I would like make myself available. But I would say like right now, WanaVillage just needs the most support and like. Yeah, and like it's still early. It's the newest company, so it needs a lot more, kind of that initial like 0 to
Yeah.
1 kind of mentality, and just like, yeah, figuring things out, getting things done, hiring people, building teams.
I see. All right. Yep. So that answered the first question. My second question is, while founding all the company that you found, like Pangea, BeFunded, WanaVillage, and Built Humanly, what personal value that never changed, and what value actually had to evolve while you built this?
Um, so I'm actually, to be honest, I didn't look at this ahead, so I'm going to answer this one right now, which is probably better anyway. I feel like um, I always wanted to enjoy my work, and that's probably the thing that's never changed.
Mm.
I really do love what I do, and I think I love the people I work with. So I think there's been a few times that like maybe that wasn't true for a few weeks or maybe a month or so, and I had to look at that and be like, okay, is there a way I can change this and hire different people, surround myself with more people that I enjoy, or is there a way I can change the nature of the work I'm doing to just do more of what I like? Then I think for what's evolved, I mean, when I first started the eyewear company, we really thought with this product, we were gonna like take on the eyewear industry. We thought we were gonna beat them. We thought we had this like homegrown story that like, you know, these big guys were, you know, using virgin plastics. They didn't care about the environment, etc. The thing is, like, I've come to realize, like, and I think this stretches across so many things. Like, you know, I couldn't be more different than like the people I work with here in Indonesia. Like, people believe about the spirits and you know, the daily ceremony, and like I could not be any more different. However, we collaborate together, we work together. Like, there's so much harmony in the work we do, and so I think what's changed a lot, maybe 6-7 years ago, I kind of thought I have to be aligned with people I work with. I have to be like totally on the same page about everything. And like, if we don't agree about stuff, and like, you know, I have to make sure I only work with like perfect partners. And now I'm more on the side nowadays where it's like, I could work with anybody as long as they just agree with my like idea of what we're doing together. You know, like, you know, we're working with Nike now. You know, you might have an opinion about like whatever Nike might have sweatshops we don't know about, who knows. But at the end of the day, like, if they want to use sustainable materials, I want to work with them. And so like, I think that's where I've probably evolved a lot, to just realize that like there's incumbent players in the world that, like, you know, they've been in business for 100 years. They've been building eyewear for 100 years. I shouldn't try to fight these people. I should help them. There's developers here who've been developing Bali for 10 years. It's not my business to try to put them out of business. How can I help them make more money by delivering workers' rights at the same time? So I think, yeah, now it just makes a lot more sense to work with people than to try to push my own agenda, let's say. Just combine my agenda with like their profits, and we'll get more done.
I see. Yeah. So indeed, you become more practical and sort of more, I guess, realistic to a certain extent. Like, that's not gonna work. Let's think of something else. I see. But this is sort of a follow-up question. Like, actually, I'm quite curious. Like, what sort of big brand that you have helped in BeFunded actually? Like, what type of brand that you have connect and that they actually have evolved?
So, I mean, it's hard to answer, right? Because how would I define it? In like funds raised? Do I define it in transformation of the actual business? There's some clients we've taken on that were like, hey, fundraising doesn't make sense for you. And maybe for them, that was actually some of the most helpful advice. And then there's other people who, like, you know, Neighborhood Sun is a great example. We raised probably about $1 million for them. That was probably one of our best performing clients, but we didn't really need to change anything for them. They had a great company, they had great traction. They just didn't really have a very good marketing engine. So we just help. So like, if that kind of makes sense for you, there's clients we've raised a lot of money for. Probably the clients we've raised the most money for, we did the least amount of work, if that makes sense, because they already had a great business and they just had something broken about it, like their marketing, or like they weren't outreaching enough, or they gave up too early at just, they sent one email, So, and then there's other clients who we've done tons of work for, completely transformed their company, but they raise little to no funds, So it's a bit tough there. It's kind of like therapy, like which patient did you help the most? The one you might answer might be the one who's still in care, still in a treatment center. So yeah, I think that's a tough one. On funds raised, yeah, probably Neighborhood Sun, I think we probably, it was like 900K, maybe hit $1 million, but in terms of like most transformation, I mean, that one's tough. Probably my own company, right? Like my first company, we take them on as clients with the fundraising agency with Pangea, and like, maybe that's a cop-out answer, but I think I transformed the most of my own business. So
yeah, well, that's a fine answer, because I guess then you also learn along the way what you can improve from your own company based on what you do to other company. All right, then I'll probably move to the third and last question, because like you focus on impact. So my question is, when someone meets a place or product that you've shaped or basically protect from all the company that you found, like in the future, what lasting feeling should tell them, oh, like this is their impact? Like, what do you want them to feel, like the legacy?
I think if, like, life is really short, right? So if we're gonna build a business, or we're gonna take the time and our life's effort to produce something, we should try to make it like mind-blowing. Doesn't have to be mind-blowing for everybody, but a certain % of people that experience your product should just be like totally mind-blown. So I mean, that comes to our experiences with eyewear. Like we use science experimentation to basically demonstrate the physical properties of our plastics. We primarily now sell to big corporates, but when they come to our booth, like we show them aerogel, like the lightest material in the world. We show them the carbon fiber under a microscope. We want them to, they can put on a VR glasses and be in the river barrier during the cleaning. So we really want to put people into the experience. We have a display in Waterbomb where we sell our glasses here, and we have like real trash there, and you can see the transformation from trash into eyewear. And then with WanaVillage, like we really want people to have like this totally immersed jungle experience. Jing, you still haven't been out to the land. I don't know how, but the idea is like whenever Jing or any of you guys finally come, is to, like, if you're a nature lover, your mind is going to be blown. You're just going to be like, oh my God, this place is incredible. I've taken some people out there who really like, I took a guy out there last week, and I was like, so are you much of a nature guy? And he's like, no. He like bought shoes just to come and check it out. So his mind really was not blown, but that's fine. Like, it's not going to blow everyone's mind. But if you're a genuine nature lover, then like you really are blown away. And so I think that's the point, is like find the people who really resonate with your product, and then work as hard as you can to just literally blow their mind. And like the amount they spend with you goes up, the amount they love you goes up, the amount they promote you goes up. And it's more fun for you because you're doing something that you really love and really is aligned with you. And you're able to activate your tribe, around you, and to rally for you, and to support you. So
I see. Yes, that's a bit of a funny story that he's not blown. Well, everyone is for themselves. Indeed, you need to find the correct target market. Otherwise, if you really, like what you said earlier, if you try to sort of change the one that is really not into it, it's just wasting time. You should just more focused on the one that really care about it to have their mind blown. I see. All right, that's sort of my last question from me. But I will give the floor to everyone. Does anyone has a question to Mr. William before I give the floor? Oh, to Mr. Yes, Furkan.
Okay, so thank you, Will, for coming to the inspirational speaker today. My name is Furkan. I believe we met in Jogja, yeah? Several times.
No personal questions for Con.
Oh,
No, you can ask a personal question. Did you
Okay.
read? Did you finish reading your book?
Yes, I did. It was very
Amazing.
moving. Yeah. Jing also finished it. Hafiz, did you finish it, Hafiz?
based on Hafi's face, I don't think he finished his book.
Okay. So basically my question here is well. So why Indonesia? Why Indonesia is being your targeted business investment? Why probably not several other countries like in Southeast Asia we have Cambodia, Laos, or in South American more closest into your hometown back in the US. So why Indonesia? For your destination?
Honestly, it's not an interesting answer. Well, maybe you guys find it interesting, but it's just random. It was COVID, and we were looking at Mexico, Thailand. We were looking at Bali, and at the moment, Bali had the most open visa policy. So I say at the moment because that quickly changed, but at the moment, we just took we just seized the moment. We had raised venture capital, so we had the money there, and we just moved here, and then the rest is history. I just haven't left. So yeah, from a purely plastic cleaning perspective, I think, India could have been a better choice, maybe China. But in the end, I do think I really enjoy living here in Bali. So I would say that's probably the reason I've stayed more than anything else. And then I've just loved this community, loved this island, and how can I make a difference here? But to answer your question, it could have been anywhere. So yeah, we just landed here, and I've just never left.
That's very amazing. I think it's more inspirational because that's very true coming from your heart because you love this island. You would like to make change.
Mhm.
That's like on top of I believe motivation drives and also drives to do your work. So that's actually not not just a random answer, but also inspires because you love the island. You would like to do something. You would like to take. You have to give back actually to the community, and that's very good. Thank you, Will.
Thank you, Furkan. Yes, I hope that answer your question, Furkan. But due to the limited time, I might need to close the question, and I will give the floor to Mr. Jing, basically, to sort of close the session.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, William, for coming in today. And Will, if you have a moment, please stay as I transition to my part of the All Hands. Just a little bit about William. Generally speaking, a lot of, let's say, the expats that I meet in Bali are very short-term thinkers. And it's because that I think they want, or a lot of the expats in Indonesia that I've met are short-term thinkers. They're working on some crypto thing, or they're working on some, I don't know, get rich quick by I don't know, fooling people as much as possible by taking YouTube videos and Bali villas. William is a long-term thinker here, and he's also really driven by making decisions quickly, decisive. On, I think, just an afternoon, he agreed to come with me to go visit Jogja to invest in finding more capable and suitable talent to grow his businesses and his industry. And when we got to Jogja, he immediately organized with his team the cooperation for a roundtable talk there. And since that time, we've been actually seeing the sort of rapid or maybe spontaneous growth of a small little entrepreneurship community who is currently staying, I think, with Hafiz at the Jogja base, right? And that community is beginning to grow. I think entrepreneurship as a career option is very, very young in Indonesia for the most part. It's still something that's on its infancy. But I think that people like William, hopefully, if all goes according to plan, Nick will be a founder of this idea of entrepreneurship as a viable career option as we entered the age of AI, of course. So, William, keep on doing your good work. William, sometimes I feel like, is more concerned. I think he's a capitalist with a conscience. That's the best way to put it, right? So he understands that capitalism is the nature in which the world runs, but it does not need to be the flavor of capitalism from a lesser inspired and lesser era. It can be a better way of doing things. Okay. And I'll transition now into part 2 of my story. So, all right, everybody, good to have you all here at the All Hands. Last week we talked about. Actually, let me bring William into this story here too. And if I can get the screen, I'll share my story too as well. Okay, so Wendy, give me the screen. Okay, so William, this is generally a private meeting, but I want you to stay because I want you to hear this too, and it's important. So last week we talked about my demise at Airbnb and how it was my dream job. I rose up to the very, I guess, top and pinnacle. And then I'm not sure if William knows this, but I was fired from Airbnb for making mistakes. One of the mistakes was, of course, leaking out all the host emails on a party that I organized for Host Awards, and that was a very tragic way to learn about responsibility. But before that, I had also made a few more mistakes, and I'd like to share those with you. Before I go in and explain why I'm sharing mistakes, I'll share about this month. This month is the month of Halloween, and Halloween is a festival that we've been celebrating ever since the beginning of Bukit Vista tradition. And it's not a very happy story, actually. It's a very sad story, but we keep on celebrating it because I think it is very much in this kind of pattern of what we call resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover after failure and continue going on. And for anybody who is still here at Bukit Vista, I think this is a story that everyone has probably experienced personally. Now, resilience has many forms, and I hope that mine is just another story of many stories. But hopefully, by learning from my tragedy, I've actually made it possible for all of you also to take the courage and go about this thing. Okay. Now, what I'd like to talk about this week is I'd like to talk about how failures really do happen in a very dramatic way. Okay. And I'll begin with a short anecdote because I do enjoy swimming, as I think few of you have found out lately. And I'm also kind of, I think Rama and some of the Kanza and Bea saw that I enjoy swimming in the ocean. And I'm also aware of this sort of haunted idea of swimming in the ocean, right? I know all the best swimmers I know drown in the ocean, okay? So there's something about essentially that joy of being able to explore that ends up consuming you too as well. So this is the story of rise and fall, okay? Here's the rise moment. So yeah, let's go fear shushing. Let's do it, one. The rise moment happened around 13 years ago. You guys see that? This is one of the earliest Bukit Vista videos on YouTube. It's unlisted at this point, but I'm sharing it with everyone here because this is how we can learn. All right, so basically 13 years ago, Bukit Vista started, and we were primarily in the business. So we managed hotels at the time. We managed hotels and villas, and our guests were these people over here. Yay, models. No, Norwegians. Norwegian students coming on study abroad programs to Bali. So at the time, it was myself, Wana, one graphic artist, her brother as a chef, and that was pretty much it. Okay, so it was like a team of just 4 or 5 people. And so we did very well. We had revenues of up to about, I think, it must have been close to $100,000 a month, but it was 60% commission, not 20, okay? So even with such a small team, we made quite a lot of profit. Wendy is like astounded by that, right? And because we made this market, there was no market at the time to take properties that were for sale and rent them out to students. So this was a market invented by Bukit Vista. So we had first access to it, and we were very profitable. And these parties that we did at this particular location started going viral through Facebook. So Facebook was just coming onto the market about in 2012. It started reaching kind of a peak in 2012. I know it was around far before that, decade before that. I used Facebook in college, but around 2012, it kind of arrived globally. So that time, social media was probably where AI technology is today, and it was very exciting. That's me. That's me back in the day. Okay, I was younger, dumber, and a lot more energetic. Okay, so we succeeded. We succeeded. We made tons of money. We made tons of profit. You could imagine the revenue that we make twice a year. So it was almost $100,000 a year worth of shareholder money at the time for just two people, myself and my wife. And business was good. We would host one large party at the end of every semester where there was a lot of drinking, there was a lot of partying, and that was how we seeded the next semester to become popular. Long story short, we decided to host a Halloween party. This was the one. But we didn't host a Halloween party to be cute or to have fun. We hosted a Halloween party because it was an emergency. And so here was the emergency. The emergency was the school was going to cut us off from the next semester. They were restricting the vendors that would have access, that would have access to the student body, and we were not on that vendor list anymore. So the students were prohibited with working with Bukit Vista. You can see the old logo had a change on it. You guys see that? There was 2 palm trees there. So if you're wondering what it is, too many people said Bukit Vista because they didn't think the V was a V. They thought it was just a palm tree. So then we got rid of it. So it would be more clear that it was a V. Okay. Long story short, we had to make a choice. And here was the choice, everybody. We had to make the choice whether we would fight the school's decision and try to still retain the actual student body through aggressive social media marketing, or we just accept their decision and just not become a vendor. Okay, now here's where I'm going to stop the story. What would you do? What would you do in that moment? Okay, you have a choice. You can use technology and the latest, let's say, craziest stuff that's going viral as a technology, social media, to try to challenge old traditions, like a school who is doing things very traditionally, or you can just accept their decision that you're not a vendor anymore and give up the possibility of making $100,000 a year. Okay, let's go to Yosef. Yosef, what would you do?
For now, I don't know, sir.
Okay, make a guess. What would you do? You can give up and keep the 100,000, okay, but not make any more in the future, okay? Or you can find a way to use the latest technology, the latest innovation to try to fight it.
You got this, Joseph.
Go to Fasha. Fasha, what would you do?
Considering the current how strong culture was back then, do I put this preference back then or now?
Just you have social media, and you can use your social media powers to gain the market back, or you just choose to take your chips off the table and walk away.
I would double down and try to entice more people.
Okay, fantastic. Then you're probably an entrepreneur. Okay, so that's what we did. So our plan was we would use social media, of which we thought we were far more expert than anybody else in Bali at the time, to try to fight it. And so we tried to fight it. Okay, I'll leave part 3 for next week. Okay, and you'll find out what happened after we tried to fight it. And William will do. He comes back.
What a cliffhanger! What a cliffhanger! It's like a sort of Korean drama sort of series. Yeah, continue next week. So stay tuned on Tuesday All Hands. All right. Thank you, Mr. Jing, for your short story. And now we will continue the rest of the All Hands, I will give the floor back to Wendy. But I would like to say thank you for William for attending the All Hands. And you are still welcome to stay, but if you have other agenda or other meeting, you are also welcome to leave. If you want to leave midway, you can also text on the chat. Or if you want to stay until the end, you are also welcome. So thank you, and I will give the floor back to Wendy.
Okay, thank you, Kak Grey. Thank you, Mr. Jing, for your words. Okay, let's continue for the rest of the session. We will start first for the vision and mission statement. It will be brought by Kak Hafiz. Kak Hafiz, the floor is yours.
So, okay, thank you, Wendy, and good morning, everyone. So, this is the one of the new property on board this month, yeah, called Amberley Hill. So, this property already got the case favorite badge by these days, and yeah, let's keep the performance good and make it more get the golden case
Hey,
favorite.
let me speak
badge.
up on this one, Hafiz. I'm very proud. So when I've inspected this property, I thought it would be far worse, but it looks like whatever the team is doing is good. So it's pretty high on the overall review satisfaction. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ching. So this is also indicated there is an improvement as well, yeah, from the property. So good job the onboarding team and from Ganesh as well from the onboarding assistant. So let's go to the next slide. So okay, this is the semester 8 target for us. The revenue target is $120 million and hospitality target is 87% factor rating. The brand target of partner stability is $80,000 US. Okay, please go to the next slide. So what about our hospitality target and achievement this month for this semester? So okay, this first metric is accuracy. So the accuracy is a decrease of falling down by 0.2%. Next. This is the check-in. Check-in, we got a slight pump up by 0.1%. The cleanliness got a decrease quite huge by 2.4%. Next. The communication got a decrease by 1%. Next. The location got a decrease by 1.2%. The last metrics is the value. Value is decreased by 0.1%. Oh, sorry, 0.4%. I mean, this was my mistake for putting the cap. Thank you for spotting the mistakes. And so, what about our overall quality? Overall quality, I want to give a heads up first. So this deck was prepared around 8 a.m. Bali time. So for now, if you guys checking on the Airbnb, the overall rating was got a decrease to 84.9 somehow. We still looking for the cause because of these changes, and based on the hospitality rating on the Airbnb Insights dashboard, our overall quality it is still higher than the similar listing around Bali. So probably this decrease happen also around Bali. So we need to uh, what is it? Dig deeper more on the properties. So what causing this? So yes, we will give you an update on the next week. So thank you for the attention, and I'll pass it to Furgon.
Oh, sample reviews, Mas Hafiz?
Oh, sorry. My mistake. Sample reviews. This is the severe bad reviews that happened last week. So there is a 3-star review and 2 stars review we got. There is a 6 sample coming from Nambi Villa, Prada AP, Villa Angin. Next. Lero Jungle, Kependem, and Rashida Stay. Next. And this is the overall summary of this week. Last week non 5-star reviews. You guys can check it on the deck and read it after the all hands meeting. Thank you. I'll pass it to Furkon.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Hafiz. Before moving on to the part of stability target achievement, I would like to also inform on additional what Mas Hafiz has informed that we have performed SDP enforcement to all properties or listings that provided bad reviews that Mas Hafiz shown in the previous deck. Okay, so moving forward into the next slide, which is part of stability target achievement. No update so far. We still recorded only one pattern budget, which is from Maja Villa, and hopefully it doesn't continues turning. Okay, next slide, please. Revenue target achievements. Okay, so for our revenue target achievements, we are close to 700,000 USD, coming just 2 weeks out of like one semester that we have left to achieve our revenue target at 3.1 million USD. We still have around 160 days to achieve it, several months in advance. So yeah, this is just getting started, and we need to bump up our effort to reach our revenue target. That is it from me. Thank you very much, Wendy. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Hafiz and Kak Furkon. Let's continue to the next one, company theme, target and achievement. It will be presented by Kak Furkon again. So time is yours.
Thank you so much, Wendy. So I would like to update us on our October achievement. Now finishing the third week and coming into the fourth one. So for our revenue target, our current achievement is at 468,000 USD, accounting around 92% of the progress. Our 5-star percentage, despite the decline that Mas Hafiz presented, still within the budget for the October target, still achieved at 86%. For brand target, no updates. For starting revenue target for November, our current achievement is at 110,000 USD, accounting around 40.2% of the target. So with this in mind, what are our opportunities for October? We are coming into the fourth and last week of October, and we already managed to have 61% occupancy and have gone 15% expired dates, 3% maintenance, and also 2% owner usage. Pardon, 2% owner usage. So we have around 20% nights available to achieve the target. So that's the update on the company metrics. Thank you very much, Wendy. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Furkon, for your updates. And then we can continue to our weekly mission and inspiration. First one, Bukit Vista mission to inspire delight through hospitality innovation that would positively transform our guests. It will be brought up by Jason. So Jason, time is yours.
Yes, thank you, Kak Wendy. So the innovation was the discussion with housekeeping leaders, and also I'm sorry I cannot turn on my camera because it's quite laggy here. And so, a long story short, the story was on Tuesday. We held a roundtable talk at Bukit Vista's Bali base, focused on the cultural alignment actually with the housekeeping leaders. And this session is aimed to inspire the Bukit Vista's Hakka leaders to, I don't know, to fostering a deeper understanding about our company's vision and mission. And then we also have like a discussion between them. How can we align the cultural values, and then they can share their problems as well, their day-to-day problem, and kind of have they discussing between themselves, like creating a collaborative environment to share their solutions for our future growth. And basically how this impact our revenue overall target is by having a greater understanding from our housekeeping leaders, we can maintain the 5-star reviews as well. And then on October 16th, we held also another roundtable talk session with Pak Wayan Kartika, property owner in Nusa Dua. And then we also have someone coming from the South, sign-up guest actually. His name was Diano, and he's currently building WanaVillage in Kuala. And yeah, we're trying to foster the the nurturing process, and hoping that eventually someone from the internet could self sign up and then become our partner and so on. And these two RTTs offered like invaluable opportunities for growth, strengthening internal cultural alignment, and enhancing partner collaboration opportunities for another sustainable long-term success. Yeah, thank you.
Give me a second, Jason. Here, can I have everyone do something for us? It will help the SEO, okay? Can you type round table talk into your browser right now and see what is the first result? Type round table talk into your browser and see what's the first result. Yeah, okay, can you click on that, Weda? Okay, can you guys just click on it and just hover there for a second, okay? That will help the SEO too as well. I'm very proud to say that Roundtable Talk now is a brand. In Indonesia, it seems like when you say Roundtable Talk, it means our Roundtable Talk now. Yay! Congratulations, everyone. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think back to you, Kak Wendy. Thank you, Kak Wendy.
Okay, thank you, Jason, for your updates on RTT. Okay, let's jump into the inspiring the hospitality industry through technological innovation will be presented by Katitan. Katitan, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. This is about uh, housekeeping performance monitoring for property owners. Painted door user survey result. Recently, we ran a painted door experiment for a potential housekeeping check-in feature. Actually, this is for monitoring the performance, and the goal was to test user interest in housekeeping performance monitoring before committing to full development. From October 8 to 13, we record 76 engagement, 26 from property owners, and 50 from staff. The strong staff participation show real curiosity about performance data, likely pushed by the ongoing HK Bounty event. We comparing property types. Non-full board properties showed higher total engagement and represent double the potential user base compared to full board properties. This highlights a strong opportunity in that segment. So we have decided to extend the data collection period until October 31, 2025. This will give us a richer dataset to confirm these early patterns and strengthen our confidence before moving into full development. So far, the experiment validates clear user interest, especially from staff, suggesting that engagement can grow from the bottom up. Moving forward, we will take a phased rollout approach, starting with the 16 engaged non-full board properties, then expanding gradually.
So this method helps us focus development where it matters, avoid low impact features, and support BeFigo's larger goal of increasing adoption across all property types. So I will update the result uh, when the data collection period ends. Thank you. Back to you.
Oh, Jason, can you look at the camera for a second there? Yeah, I just need you to look at the camera and smile. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Back to Wendy.
Okay, thank you, Katitan, on your this on our painted door experiment. And let's continue to our core value recognition. Uh, is it empty? Okay, since it's still empty, let's jump into the announcement. Okay, for the first announcement will be bring up by Rama about the safe leaderboard final results. Yeah, Rama, you can tell us the announcement.
Apa namanya, Kak Wendy, let's start with something positive first. I want to announce about the upcoming Halloween. Let's start with Halloween first, yeah. We're starting with something good today. Okay, so everyone, something wickedly fun is coming for this end of October because all of the Bukit Vista team here are officially invited to our annual Halloween party 2025. The theme for this party is the Twistnet Disneyland, where your favorite fairy tale takes a detour down the dark side, and every happily ever after comes with a wicked twist. So, for this year annual Halloween party, we will have two types of Halloween party. The first one is offline, will be conducted here at the Bukit Vista Bali base at 31st October, and more details will be delivered soon. And the second one is the online one for those people who are not present in Bali. And the detail also will following soon, but it will conducted on the same day, which is the Friday, 31st of October 2025. And Kak Grey, you can open the poster, yeah. And there's also costume reimbursement, yeah, for everyone. So you can buy your costume up to 150,000 rupiah, and you could submit your reimbursement request on the finance request bigger, gitu ya. So basically, you need to purchase your costume first and then reimburse the purchasement. Okay, that is about the Halloween, and please expect that for both offline and online committees, we will be delivering more detailed information about the event anytime soon from now on. Yeah. Okay, that is about the Halloween, and then we are moving to the next one, is the shift leaderboard final result for September, October. Okay, so it is finally in, gitu ya. We have just finished for our September and October cycle. And here's the final ranking. So RM and HR are now entering month 2 in level 2, still with the perfect score, 0 violation all month. And if you guys could keep up for the next 3 months, you are able to get another reward, gitu ya. And this month, operations is promoted to level 2, and the reward has been requested to the finance team. So congratulations for operations. And another sad news is that our engineering team has been demoted to level 1 due to violation that has been made by Kak Robin. Yeah, finish with 2 points, and we'll starting back in level 1 for the October-November cycle. And on the last place, we still have marketing in the podium, place with 6 points from Kak Weda, Kak Ardi, and Kak Tendi. And we'll perform squat and push-up 15 times at today's All Hands, yeah. And what's next for the October-November cycle? So for the October and November cycle, RM and HR is entering the second month for the level 2, and operations starting their first month in level 2. While engineering and marketing will remain in level 1 and will eligible to level up or re-promoted for engineering when there is zero violation. Okay, so Kak Grey, you can turn off your share screen because I need to see all of the marketing lovely team here for the push-up. So marketing team, please stand up and prepare your position. Kak Kayla, kemudian juga Kak Tendi. Remember, you are now part of the marketing team, and Kak Nadia. Okay, please on your position ya, everyone. Okay, Kak Adi has already been positioned. Reza, Kak Tendi, okay, Kak Weda. Okay, amazing everyone. Kak Nadia also. Mas Gani mana? Kok kameranya nggak kelihatan? Oke, muncul. Oke, sip. Moayana and Jason. Oke, siap. Oke, everyone, on my count. 1. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the last one, 15. Okay, thank you so much, marketing team. Please do better next month ya. Okay, that's all. Back to you, Kak Wendy and Kak Grey.
Okay, thank you guys for the push-up and squats. I think that's all since we already run out of time. And yeah, I just want to
Wait, that's
remind
not
you
all.
guys.
That's
Oh,
not
okay.
all. Let me
Yeah.
share something with you. Okay, so just earlier, I asked for Cheaton's smile. Okay, and the reason I did that is because of this. So give me the screen, and I'll share with something that I'd like you guys to see. So oftentimes there are people who come into our orbit, and this is important. Okay, so let me begin maybe with another story first, and then I'll trust me, it's worth it, right? So I'll try to get this thing brief. Okay. Here, give me a second while I prepare my stories, children. All right, I'll tell you guys a story, and this can be a really good reflection upon how you go about your week. Okay. So a few months back, I was invited to attend the opening of a new engineering center at UC Berkeley. And the donor of the engineering center spent about $100 million to donate a new building to the school, which of course is a very generous donation. So during the event, I got to accidentally meet with a person who surprisingly was much more important than I thought. Okay, so I was going around, and the students were all going and getting snacks and everything, and I was in my sort of BBR modality. And I go up to this guy. He's wearing a suit. He's all by himself. And I just introduced myself. I said, "I'm Jing. How you doing? Right? I just saw you were here, and I wanted to kind of just talk to you, right, and make you feel welcome too." So we start talking, and then I looked at his name, and I was like, "That name sounds familiar. Paul Jacobs. Paul. Which Paul Jacobs are you?" And we eventually talked. And it turns out, I said, "Hey, that's kind of funny, right? Because I do see that there's another building behind this one called Jacobs Hall." And he casually remarked, "Yeah, I donated that building." And I was like, "Oh shit, that's pretty astounding. You're wow, okay, so you're somebody important. What did you do, sir?" And he said, "Well, I used to be the CEO of Qualcomm." Okay, now those of you who are engineers know what that is, but if you've ever made a phone call on a mobile phone or used 4G to access the internet, it's because his company provided the hardware and the access through their designs of radio frequency communication chips, right? So basically, Paul Jacobs is like a big deal in this world, all right? If you've been able to access mobile internet, it's because Qualcomm made it happen. So we talked for a little bit. And I'm kind of shell shocked. I'm like, "What do I do? This guy's like a billionaire. He's like so important, right?" So I asked him a simple question. I said, "Why did you donate today to contribute to this building?" Right? He was part of the consortium to donate. "And why did you donate previously?" And he said something that I find to be pretty interesting, right? He said this. Oh, watch out. Okay. Now watch out. He said this. He said, "Being an engineer is really hard work. and there's a lot of people who won't be able to actually do it because it's so difficult. So I'm just trying to make it a little bit easier and a little bit more possible to nurture more engineers to actually succeed. And I was like, that's beautiful. That's actually quite noble what you're trying to do. And I was like me, I dropped out of doing engineering. Ironically enough, right? I'm wearing the H shirt, electrical engineering, computer science shirt. Okay. But then I think this is important, and this is where it ties back to tea time. Okay. So the way I'm tying it back is this. So just earlier I asked Ethan for a selfie, and this is how we, I think, should think of that things. Okay. Years ago, there was a mentor that came to help us. Okay. His name was Thomas Arend. You can look his name up on Google. Okay. You can look up Thomas Arend Bukit Vista. Hopefully, I'll type it in here so you guys can search for yourself and also improve the SEO there. Thomas Arend Bukit Vista. Okay. Thomas is a rock star. He worked at Google. He worked at, I don't know, he worked everywhere. He worked at Facebook, worked at Google, worked at Twitter, all during the highlight days. And he was a globalization manager. Thomas is very, very generous. He's very, very generous with his knowledge and wisdom. Thomas shared almost 2 hours of his time to teach us about how to do product management. He shared with us all this time. He led us to understand the idea of the painted door concept, which probably has saved us tons of wasted hours on doing things that don't matter, okay? Building tons of things that are never going to get used. So Thomas is one of our benefactors here, okay? So as a result, Ethan, of this contribution, I think it's important to remember who has helped us in the past. So I'll be sending him a letter of recognition right now, right? For helping us get this done. And you guys can read this yourselves if you want to screenshot it, but that goes out there, okay? So I think that is important. If you want to receive benefit, then that is a good way to find somebody who will continue supporting you, okay? You need to recognize your, let's say, mentors from time to time, okay? Now, where it ties back to Paul again, Paul Jacobs, the billionaire guy. I said, what do you accept as payment for all your hard work and your contributions here? He said, you know, if somebody just came by like you and just said, you know, they appreciate what I do, that's good enough. I was like, okay, that's pretty funny, right? A billionaire who just needs to be recognized from time to time that they helped out. They don't need money anymore, but it is good to know that people do care about the donations that they make. So when you receive, let's say, help from anybody, it can be a mentor, it can be somebody out there, show some gratitude from time to time, okay? That you appreciate what they invested in their time to you. And I'm sure they'll probably invest again for understanding that you're grateful, okay? All right, go about your week and go and inspire delight, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing. I will pass it to Kak Grey to close the session.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Jing, for the inspiring story. And don't forget, everyone, to please fill in your personal updates by end of day today, asynchronously, because Rama has prepared some great question. You can also turn on the audio if you want more immersive experience. All right. Then thank you. Good luck for the rest of the day and have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Agri.
Thank you.